I always believe that when love breaks, it makes a sound. Something sharp, something obvious. But in my case, it was silent. Quiet like the way autumn leaves fall, slow, unnoticed. And one day the trees are bare, and you're left wondering when everything disappeared. I met Claire 6 years ago. She was magnetic, not just beautiful, though yes, she was, but the kind of person who made rooms brighter simply by walking into them. I was working in finance back then. Long hours, empty apartment, microwave dinners. She brought color into a life that had only known grayscale. We moved fast. Love tend to trick you like that. Within a year, we were married. I genuinely believed I had won at life. At first, everything felt like a dream. Dinners together, weekend getaways, inside jokes that only made sense to us. She'd say things like, "You're the only person who really sees me." And I believe her. Why wouldn't I? But love, real love, doesn't die overnight. It starves slowly when truth stops being served at the table. The signs were small, easily dismissed at first. Her phone never left her side. She started working late more often when I knew for a fact her job didn't require late hours. She became guarded, secretive. And the laughter between us, that once came so easily, started to feel forced, like we were actors in a play we no longer enjoyed. Still, I wanted to believe we were just going through a rough patch. Every marriage has those, right? I gave her space. I asked gently when she seemed distant. She'd smile and say she was just tired or stressed, and I believed her, because believing her was easier than accepting the alternative. Then came the lie that broke everything. One Friday, she told me she was flying to Chicago for a work seminar. It didn't sit right with me, but I said nothing. Trust, I reminded myself. That night, I got a call from my friend Jordan. He had seen her at a bar downtown. Not in Chicago, not with coworkers, but with someone else. Some guy, hands too familiar, smiles too intimate. I didn't confront her. Not that night. Not the next day either. Instead, I waited, watched. She came back Sunday evening, suitcase in hand, wearing the same necklace I bought her on our second anniversary. She kissed me hello like nothing was off. That hurt the most, I think, not the cheating but the ease of pretending. I made dinner that night, set the table like I always did, and tried to eat around the knot forming in my stomach. An entire time she talked about the seminar like it actually happened, inventing details, names, jokes, laughing, lying. That's when I knew this wasn't a mistake. This was a pattern. And I was just a placeholder in her story. I didn't explode, didn't accuse. I didn't even cry. I planned. Over the next week, I found a furnished studio across town, signed a lease, opened a separate bank account. Slowly, I took what I needed, documents, clothes, keepsakes, and moved them piece by piece while she was working late. Then one morning I made coffee, poured her a cup, left a letter on the table. It simply read, "I know. I'm done. Please don't contact me." I left my key beside it, walked out the door, and never looked back. She didn't see it coming. That much I'm sure of. Claire liked control. She expected a fight. She expected drama. But I gave her silence. And silence, I've learned, is sometimes louder than shouting ever could be. The first week was disorienting. I slept on a mattress on the floor, ate takeout, sat in silence with my own thoughts, replaying everything over and over. But slowly, it started to feel like breathing again. No more pretending. No more waiting up. No more second-guessing myself in my own home. Months passed. She tried to call initially, but I changed my number. She emailed once. I deleted it unread. I blocked her on everything. I didn't want explanations. I didn't want closure. I wanted peace. And for a while I had it. Until 6 months later, I was coming home from work, arms full of groceries, when I saw her standing outside my apartment. Rain soaking her coat, eyes red, makeup smudged. She looked nothing like the Claire I used to know. She looked lost. "I just want to talk," she said. I didn't answer, just unlocked the door. "Please," she added, "just 5 minutes." Against my better judgment, I let her in. She stepped inside like it hurt, looked around the small space like she was trying to imagine herself in it. "I messed everything up," she said, tears already falling. I thought I wanted freedom. I thought I could have it all, but I lost the only thing that ever mattered. I stayed quiet. I ended it, she said. It wasn't worth it. He wasn't worth it. I've been trying to reach you for months. I nodded slowly. Why now? She looked at me then, really looked at me, and said, because I thought you'd come back. I thought you'd forgive me. You always did. But this time you just disappeared. And it made me realize what I actually lost. There was a time when hearing those words would have shattered me, would have made me believe again, would have pulled me right back into her orbit. But not anymore. You didn't lose me when you lied. I said, you lost me when you expected I'd stay after. She cried harder then, said she understood, that she was sorry, that she'd do anything to fix it. But some things don't get fixed. Some breaks stay broken. When she finally left, I sat alone in the same silence I once feared. But this time, it didn't feel empty. It felt honest. And that's when I knew. I didn't need her apology. I didn't need closure. Because I'd already found something better.